What's up guys, I'm Sly, and we are back today with more Dragon Quest I HD2D Remake. Going to be making our way to the Quagmire Cave to see what's there, so without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm heading south from Cole, and if you saw the last episode, you know that I'm kind of assuming that this is the way they want me to go right now. I know we have to head to the Quagmire Cave probably pretty soon. Oh, I didn't realize we still had holy water on. And I know that the dwarves that we're supposed to be finding, that the fairies pointed us towards, are in the east. So we're going to head to the Quagmire Cave because it's in the eastern part of the map. Try out our new sword we got here too. But we're going to see if this is the right way to go. I turned off the objective location on the map just because I thought it'd be a little bit more fun. Might end up turning it back on, we'll see. But I'm curious what's here. In the original game it was kind of a strange, unused spot because nothing was actually there, but I have a feeling they added something in this version. Back to fighting the wussy enemies. And there is an item. Okay, cool. Dragon Scale, Phial of Magic Water. Okay, nothing too exciting, but at least we checked. So now we got to make our way down to that cave and the poison. I'm assuming there'll be some secret spots and whatnot on the way, so could be interesting. It'll definitely be interesting once we get to the Quagmire Cave because, as you know, if you've played the original, there's some pretty special stuff going on in there, and I'm sure they've changed / enhanced it even more in this version, so it'll be very interesting to check out. I kind of want to follow the coastline a little bit here. It's a little bit out of our way, but there's got to be some good stuff. I'm very tempted to use holy water and save some time. That being said, we are on Draconian difficulty, so we need the XP. Because you get less gold and less XP in this difficulty, so need to grind as much as we can just to stay on par with the normal difficulty scale. That being said, fighting one bag of laugh at a time. Not too exciting. Especially when you get 3 XP. Alright, we might use some holy water. We've also got holy protection spell too. Let's go ahead and do that. Actually, it's safe passage. Okay, so we have safe passage for when we get to the poison, and we'll just use holy water here. I was thinking that we had holy protection, but we do not, so that is okay. There's a sign up there. I do want to see what it says. Not sure if it's actually called Quagmire Cave. Cole and Shriner. It doesn't even say. Okay. We shall just call it the Quagmire Cave because that's what it originally was, to my knowledge. At least in the previous Switch version. I know some of the names get switched around between different versions. But we're going to go with the version that I know. And we will be now using safe passage. Very nice to have. So, something very interesting after our holy water here. There is an item later in the game that is very nice to have, game-changing item that keeps you from taking poison damage or dangerous surface damage, I should say. But safe passage kind of negates that, so I'm interested to see if that's still one of the aspects of the item later. And we are in the Quagmire Cave, and that is what it's called. So, starting off with a banger here. Lots of stuff to check out. Let's see how many chests there are on this floor. 4. Okay, you gotta find 4 chests. Kind of dark over in this corner, hard to see. You got a barrel. Bats, a nice touch. Mini medal. Okay, good thing we searched it. We are going to be getting 100%, so gotta get all the mini medals. And just a lunatic. It should still be pretty low level enemies in this part of this dungeon, if I'm not mistaken. Mostly low level anyway. If you've played before, you know what I'm talking about. Got a Chimera Wing. I'm not sure if our holy water is still in effect in here, actually. Not sure if it takes effect in dungeons or not. That being said, don't really feel like fighting all of these guys. But I guess we could use the XP. And we're getting a decent amount of gold from our Aravisti's vest as well. I believe that's what which item it is. We have one item, piece of equipment rather. Strong medicine, very nice. That gives us extra gold per victory. So I believe that's Aravisti's vest. Got the Vladdies here. So they are doing a decent amount of damage. I have not seen them yet either, so it's not all low-level enemies like I thought in here. So even if we have our holy water, I'm not sure it'll be super effective. Bit of a convoluted path over to our right, but just straight down for now. And a cutscene. Withdraw? But Captain, we have finally found a clue as to the princess's whereabouts. Canst thou truly mean to call off the search now, to give up this late stage? I do not mean to give up, simply to act with caution, for if we too are lost, then none shall remain to recover Princess Gwaelin. Herein dwelleth a dragon, or so say the stories. Let us continue on to Rimeldar, and there make ready to face such a foe. There is sense in what thou sayest, of course, and yet the princess may be mere moments from the very place where we stand. We cannot simply walk away. Oh boy, she's gonna get herself in trouble. Yeah. There's that mystery monster from earlier in the game. What? Thou shalt not escape. He's luring them. Behind thee. Gah! Huh. I am very curious as to what that is. I like the air of mystery it brings. 'Tis thee! Didst thou come all this way alone? It seemeth we find ourselves in thy debt once more, Metasly. Though we neither asked for nor needed thine aid. Let not thy pride get the better of thee. We fight the same fight, and we must needs take help where help might be found. But... I... Captain, again? Ugh, I'm in no fit state to fight. Come to Rimeldar. Aye, Captain, right away. Yep, I'm pretty sure we are going to be going to Rimeldar too before heading on to the dragon. It kind of gives away what the big surprise was. There is a dragon in this cave. The holy water effect wears off. Okay. Okay. I'm assuming that the locked door leads to the dragon because that's how it was in the old version. And also I'm assuming that we are way, way, way underleveled for that. So let's see if there's anything in this corner here. There's not. Okay. So let's look at the door at least to see if it's a red key. Might need a blue key and can't do it anyway. It is a blue key. Okay. So they try to lock you out here. An iron lance. Nice. Let's see if it's any better than our fairy sword, whatever it's called. Fairy foil. And it is not. Okay. So, in the old version, you could fight the dragon whenever you wanted, as long as you had a magic key to open the door, because there were no different types of keys, no thief's key, and plus magic keys, plus whatever the third one is. I'm not sure what it's called here. There were just magic keys, and as long as you had a key to open the door, you could fight the dragon at any point. So you could fight him really early on if you think you could get lucky with crits or something to beat him. Very unlikely. But it was cool that they gave you the option. But here it looks like they're basically locking you out until you reach a certain point. Which I guess really, we're going to be getting the magic key soon from Rimeldar, which is where it's at in the old version. So I guess it's not that much different. It just seems different, but there's just been so much more content before the dragon fight that it felt like it was different. Better heal up here too. Really want to get mid-heal and zoom. Those spells will be very nice to have. But now we have crossed through the cave and... oh, okay. And as you can see on that island right there is Rimeldar. So we'll be making our way down there next. I'm sure there's lots of stuff to discover and explore on the open world here, but for now, unless we see any like secret spots, we're basically gonna head to Ribbledar. I'm assuming the imp would be the one that we want to kill first, and then the bull mastiff. Shades are pretty much puny little wussies that can't do anything. Our fairy foil is quite nice. I was making mention in the last episode about how I felt so underpowered attack-wise, and then by the end of the episode, we found this fairy foil. So. Very nice to find, and I hope you guys have been keeping up with this series, but if you are new, welcome in. Very much enjoying playing this, and I covet your opinion of the playthrough. So if you have any thoughts on this episode, previous episodes, future episodes, things you'd like to see on the channel, let me know. We got tons of other stuff to check out as well. We have a series going on that we're taking a small break from to play this, called the Final Fantasy 1000 Hour Challenge, where we get 100% on every mainline Final Fantasy in order. So if you are a Dragon Quest and a Final Fantasy fan, this is the place for you guys to be, as well as some game collecting stuff. I am a huge game collector. Seed of Luck, very nice. So I've got content in that vein too, and I have plans to do more in that vein as well. So be sure to subscribe if that's stuff that you guys are interested in. And right here, we got 2 more luck. Very nice. Okay, there is a secret spot there. Kind of a bummer that we got to zigzag a little bit, get more encounters to get to it. But we do need the XP, so it shouldn't really hurt. Ow, we might die here. We really need mid-heal. Hey, that's not good. Really not good. Let's hope we attack first. Okay, good. If we didn't, we would have died unless he missed, which is pretty low chance. So definitely need to do all the encounters we can because we definitely need the XP. Draconian difficulty for you. Safe passage wears off. We didn't need it anymore anyway. Alright, what have we got? Coagulant. Doesn't really matter. Seed of Agility. That'll be nice. Need some Seeds of Strength pretty badly. And we get 3 more Agility. That's pretty good. Doesn't look like there's anything else here. I am used to Dragon Quest III Remake, where a lot of these secret spots had monsters to recruit for the monster arena. And I must be mistaken, but I thought that there was a monster arena in this game. But maybe that is in Dragon Quest II, which I do plan on playing that as well. I wanted to make sure we do go through 1 pretty thoroughly. I think everyone, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people were focused on the 2 remake because it's a little bit more advanced. You actually have a party, a little bit longer of a game. Ooh, got some reinforcements here. But I just played through Dragon Quest I recently to compare to this version, and I want to really focus on Dragon Quest I for quite a while. Huge fan of it. 2 is okay, it's not bad. And they really added a lot to the remake version of it as well, but I really want to focus on 1 for now. Let me know if you guys have any ideas for challenge runs of Dragon Quest I here. I have some ideas in mind that I plan on doing. Oh boy, they can cast Thwack. That is not good. We might be in trouble here. Ooh-wee, that was close. Let's kill him. That was close. All right. We might be under-leveled here. All right, leveled up. Very nice. I don't remember if that refills our HP MP. I think it does. We got evac. Pretty nice. Not the most useful, but pretty decent. And Dragon Slash. Okay. It does not refill our HP MP, so have to make sure we do it ourselves. But like I was saying, let me know if you guys have any ideas for challenge runs of this game, because I plan on doing them. And I've got a handful in mind, but I'm curious if you guys have any that you would like to see. Rimbledar up above. Just a little bit farther. We're going to use some spells here. I think Zap will be effective against the Restless Armor. It is, and that still didn't do much though. Shade attack twice. Let's up the ante a little bit and use Crackle. Very nice. Also effective against the armor. And we're asleep. And he is doing a lot more damage than I expected. Very nice. Okay, so the shades previously that we fought did like 1 damage apiece. Nice XP. But those did 20, so I wonder if they just scale with the areas that you're in. Pretty interesting. Because it's not like it's like a nightshade or an upgraded version of the shade. It just is a regular shade. But we have made our way to Rimeldar. So now should be about the time that we start getting magic keys. What we will see how it works in this game. Because in the original, this is where you first got magic keys. I'm not sure if it works the same here, though. Ah, cutscene. Fear not, Captain. We have reached Rimeldar at last. I shall seek out a doctor right away. No, please, Father! Father! Ah, letting us in on the little secret that that's her dad. My thanks, I could not have carried him here alone. Yet she wanted to fight a dragon alone. Aye, the captain is my father. 'Twas his example that inspired me to take up the sword. And though I made the royal guard, I failed in the sacred duty with which I was entrusted. I was not able to keep the princess safe. Thus was my father forced to return from his retirement that he might right the wrong I had wrought, though a great sickness doth plague him. 'Tis a sickness arising from the foul humours that do issue from the swamps that scar the land, and if it is not soon treated, yet is it born of the darkness, a force we may have yet to learn how to adequately combat. I fear there is little I can do. No, thou meanest to say thou art unable to help him? It is what he said. Forgive me, child. Perhaps there is a mage somewhere with a spell that might aid thee, but I know not whom, nor what magic that might be. What am I to do? Kill the Dragon Lord. If there be such a mage in Tantegel, I know not of them. Oh, Father, what are we to do? Alas, 'tis not a sickness that the usual salves or tinctures might treat. Perhaps the right spell might avail thee, so we've got to find a healing spell. Could it be mid-heal, please? Because I could sure use that. Alright. Got a sack here, and that red chest looks like we gotta come from a different door outside, so keep an eye on that. Might as well rest up while we're here as well. Okie dokie, let's see what the town of Rimeldar has for us. First and foremost, let's check out this door over here, which looks like it's all the way around the other side, unfortunately. Thou wishest to know if any practitioners of the magical arts be found hereabouts? There is one who studieth such matters, although I fear thou might struggle to meet with him. He is an odd fellow, and strayeth rarely from his home, the door of which he doth keep locked tight all the day and night. So I'm going to take a guess that we need to get magic keys to get into him. Thou art come unto the town of Rimeldar, stranger. We bid thee welcome. Knowest thou, wanderer, of the shrine and a tower to the north and west of the village of Cole? Yes. A most curious old fellow doth dwell there, all alone. Most curious indeed. Could he be the sorcerer? I don't think so. I don't think that that's what they're getting at. And need the keys for blue doors to get in there. It is an odd hint to tell us to go to that town up there. Or the shrine, I mean. Our dwarves be fine craftsmen to a fellow, but they're stubborn little rat bags. And none too friendly, neither. Sounds like you aren't either. It seemeth they once had occasional dealings with we humans, but none in recent times that I've heard tell of. Okay. The little rat bags. Tangleweb. Wonder if we can interact with that. That would be kind of neat. But no. Okay. So let's work our way counterclockwise around the town. Let's check out the weapon shop. I'm curious to see what all they've got. We've got 3,600 gold in the bank that we could get if we need to. Though he is called the Dragon Lord, that fiend of fiends' power far exceedeth that of any dragon. He is a fearsome foe indeed. Can there truly exist any weapon mighty enough to slay him? Any armor stout enough to withstand his wrath? Don't want to give any spoilers, but if it's like the old version, we'll see. The Staff of Sentencing. The Sacred Scepter can unleash a gust of wind on a group of enemies when used as an item in battle, but its attack is much lower. The Fairy Sword that we currently have, I don't think we're going to outdo it anytime soon. The Light Shield would be really nice. We do have enough gold on us for it. Even the Iron Shield's better. Bronze Shield apparently is not that good that we are currently wearing. Magic Armor would be nice. I think I'm going to go ahead and go for the Light Shield. I don't know, Magic Armor. Oh, well, I didn't look at the price of the Magic Armor. We will be getting the Light Shield. I might regret it because, like I've said before, anytime I upgrade through shops in Dragon Quest games, I pretty much immediately find better equipment in the next dungeon. So that does up our stats quite a bit getting the Light Shield, so I think I'm going to go for it this time. But we'll see if I regret it. Very well could happen. Equata, what business hath thou here? Canst thou not see that I am engaged in the changing of my petticoats? Begone, thou lavacious knave, lest I call the guard. Let me raid your dresser over here first. With a mini medal, very nice. Thou lavacious knave. Another line from the original. Ooh, a pot. With vial of pure water. Not sure, I don't remember what that does. It is an important item. Huh. Perfectly pure water from a spotless source. Okay, so we've got slippery sap that we found somewhere and pure water that we just found in a pot, and they're both important items. That is kind of interesting. Don't miss any pots, evidently. By thy costume, friend, I gather that thou art somewhat enamored of the great hero Erdrick. Then knowest thou of the mystery of the Savior's origins? Some say that Erdrick was sent to us from a realm beyond the clouds. And is that it? There's really nothing to raid in here? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so they modeled this after the town in the original. Made it true to the town, but then didn't add anything in that room, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm just not used to it because they add so much in this game. And nothing too exciting in the store, but we better stock up on some medicinal herbs. 35, please. Need some more strong medicine. We'll keep an eye out for that. Time was, we were often visited by merchants from Tantagel or Galenholm, but we rarely see such free roaming sorts these days. After all, who would be willing to risk roads beset by monsters? And the Quagmire Cave and the poison, dragons, you know. Small stuff like that. Cannot see what color door that is to get in there, but I have an inkling as to how to get to it. Legend tell of how mighty Erdrick did use the ranged bow as a bridge to reach the Forsaken Isle west of here. They speak also of how this hero did descend into the darkness through a hidden doorway in the castle's throne room. Wanderer, if on thy travels thou should chance to meet the descendant of the Savior of Erdrick, promise me this. Promise me that thou wilt tell him all that I have told thee now. Verily shall it stand him in good stead. Alright, got a nice hint there, which we already knew. But very nice to hear anyway. Almost made our way around the town already. Most of the town. If the rumors are to be believed, not only was the Princess Gwaelin kidnapped, but the treasured Sphere of Light was taken also. Is the kingdom, nay, is humankind fated to fall into this Dragon Lord fellow? Can I... Aha, I can interact. And it's a bamboo pole. Might as well have not, because that is useless. Did we talk to her yet? I think we did. Pah! Dragon Lord indeed. No, we did not. 'Tis quite the pretty name, but when all is said and done, a fiend is a fiend. If our good-for-nothing soldiery only had a mind to, they could rid us of the rogue in a moment. Thinkest thou not so? That's awesome. Okay, so we've got the church and whatever's below the church here. What thou? Thine is not a face I have seen before. Well, wherever thou art, pray spend the night at my family's inn ere thou departest. Is that a ring I spy on thy finger, friend? Hast thou no shame? Such adornments are solely the province of preening poseurs. Oh, the dialogue is so good. What do we have here? When rain and sun, the twain do meet, the rain's bow shall a bridge complete. I've heard that a lot. So say the ancient rhymes of Alefgard. The legends also speak of a stone betokening the sun which does slumber within the grounds of Tantagel's castle. So I have spoken before of a key item at the castle that we can't get without magic keys, and now there is our hint in-game of where it's at. So we shall be getting that before too long, I believe. And with the Seed of Luck, we get 3. Okay, that's a pretty good roll. Much better than we had gotten earlier. And the jail. The captive thou seest before thee is a bearer of false witness, a shameless and unrepentant fabulous. Believe not a word he uttereth. Dang filthy liar. Here, let me tell a tale fit to chill thy bones. In a land to the distant south lies a forest that once entered may never be left. 'Tis said to have been cursed by one greatly skilled in the art of illusion. Alright, I have a feeling he's not lying, but we shall see. Apparently there's a jail key that we get eventually too. So now we need to check out the choich here, see what's inside. It looked like there was more than just a save point, so. I shall not dwell upon the Dragon Lord's coming, lest the thought of it prevent me from plying my trade. Oh dear! Thou art come into a place of foretelling, of sight beyond sight. Though thou speakest not a word, still do I know thy heart, thy purpose. Tell me, hast thou happened yet upon that most holy of shrines, the blessed sanctum? I don't think so. Then journey thee south from this place, there shalt thou find it. Alright, to the south. Doubt not that the fiends are coming. Our town too will surely be laid to waste ere long. O holy goddess, deliver us from this evil. Alright, speaking of which, upstairs to the choich. So old lady got to say. 'Tis commonly said that only one person ever made the crossing to the accursed isle, mighty Erdrick. But the records of this town do speak of another, a bold and surpassing brawny warrior who made the crossing some time before Erdrick did. Huh. Ah, yes. Erdrick's father, if I remember correctly. From I guess kind of a spoiler. Hopefully you guys have played Dragon Quest III, and hopefully I remember correctly. But let's save here, and then there is something else in this town to do. I'm assuming that we'll be able to do it. Might need a magic key. Okay, so we can, as in a lot of older RPGs like this, like original Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, you can go around the outside edges of town. It's kind of like a secret hidden area. You can see on the map that there's a path around on this one. On the older versions, to the best of my memory, it is not marked on the map. Actually, I know it's not marked on the map where the edge of town is, and I'm pretty sure there's not a path either, so you just kind of have to figure it out, which it is not obvious. Oh, Roderick, what art thou about? Wherefore tarriest thou so? Dang it, Roderick, get over here. Also, nose for treasure. 3 treasure chests left on this level. I do not know if that includes inside buildings, so we need to keep an eye out in these woods, just in case it's hidden up here somewhere. Or I'll accidentally walk out of town. So on the map it had marked, oh, it actually puts you out on the same spot you go out. That's pretty nice. It has green bars to mark the edge of town, as you can see. So I assumed that you had to go out only in those spots, but evidently I was wrong. Woof, woof, woof. And right here should be something very important after these pots, which are also very important. Magic water and a seed of wisdom. All right, which gives us 1 wisdom. Okay, not that wise. All right, so right in here should be pretty important. Thou camest thou to be here? I did lock the door up tight, and with no ordinary key at that. Warlock of Doorlocks. That is awesome. That might be one of my favorite character names. Oh, thou possessest the thief's key, then thou art plainly no ordinary fellow. Neither of you, Mr. Warlock, but even the thief's key will be as naught to mine own magnificent magic key, just as soon as I'm able to complete it, that is. I cannot seem to replicate the methods of old, though I try and try, all my efforts disintegrate after but a single use. But I have had an epiphany, a bolt of inspiration hath struck. Finally, a good key for any number of uses is within my grasp. I assumed that they would do that just for convenience for newer players. Forgive me, I have something of a tendency to become carried away. I am the Warlock of Doorlocks, and thou art? What bringeth thee here, pray tell? Well, well, so thou seekest a spell with which to remedy a life-threatening ailment. As luck would have it, I am something of a jack of all magical trades and count healing spells among my plentiful arsenal. But alas, I am extremely busy. Forgive me, but thou will have to look elsewhere. Thou wouldst insist that I examine the patient? But it is as I told thee, I am busy, most busy indeed. And most devilishly inconvenienced to boot, for the dwarf who did until only recently aid me in my researches hath rather selfishly chosen to vanish. It is only through the marriage of my knowledge of sorcery with his surpassing craftsmanship that the magic key might finally be completed, and we were so very close. I have little choice but to go to his dwelling place myself and see what hath become of him. Though the journey is a most perilous one, still needs must, and one must suffer for one's craft, or so they say. Thou wilt go in my stead, thou sayest, and in return thou wouldst have me work my healing magics? The cave wherein the dwarves dwell swarmeth with slavering fiends. Thou wouldst journey there on my behalf nonetheless? Thou art a curious fellow indeed, but trustworthy too, I sense. Very well, I shall do as thou askest. The dwarves' dwelling place lieth in the deepest part of a cavern south of Rimeldar. All being well, my friend the craftsman is to be found therein. All signs are pointing to the south. I shall do all that I can to fulfill my end of our bargain, though whether my healing arts will avail against the powers of darkness remaineth to be seen. Very nice. Okay, so gotta find the dwarf to the south. Everything is telling us to go south. So there's a cave south we have to find. But first, I saw a treasure chest in here. So we have magic barrier scroll. Very nice. Very appropriate to find here too. So we will learn magic barrier, and then there is one more thing to do in town here. We can also check out our nose for treasure and see if it's changed now that we've opened this chest once we go outside. I'm curious to see if when you use it in a town, if it counts inside buildings. Very useful information. And one more. Okay, so it does count them. So that will be very nice, because then we can just walk into each town, use nose for treasure, and tell if we've gotten everything, or at least all of the chests. Won't tell us if we've gotten barrels. As you can see, got the barrel, nose for treasure. Oh, okay, it does count barrels. Very, 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 very helpful. Okay, sweet. Roderick? Yes, I am he. My beloved awaiteth me elsewhere. Lume, I have mistaken our trysting place yet again. Verily am I doghouse bound. I thank thee, friend, for apprising me of my blunder. In return, I shall tell thee something of use. From the baths of Cole, walk thee southward and examine carefully the ground beneath thy feet. There shalt thou find a true treasure. This was a secret entrusted to my grandfather's grandfather's grandfather by mighty Erdrick. Now leave me. I must concoct some manner of excuse for this most embarrassing blunder. Okay, well, that was referring to the fairy flute, which we've already gotten a long time ago. But with that, oh hey, something else. The lake on which Rimeldar standeth formeth something of a natural moat. Any fiends thinking to enter the town would have its work cut out. And yet, even so, I suspect that we are not entirely free from fear. Sweet. Alrighty. And with that, we are done here in Rimeldar. So, I'm going to go ahead and save again, and then we will head to the south. Alright, to the south we go. I'm assuming that cave right there in the middle of the desert is the first indication, and then that cave down there is the sanctuary that witch was talking about. So we shall head to the cave first, off to the south. Might not be the worst idea to grind some, but I think we're going to see how it goes without first. We've only got 278 gold on us at the moment, so even if we lose it, not a big deal. And like I said, this game, it really kind of does away with that Iron Scorpion it kind of does away with that whole aspect of the game, in that you can just restart from a quick save, or even if it's a boss fight or something, you can just restart the fight without losing any of your gold. So it really takes that aspect of fear of losing your stuff out of the game. Let me know in the comments if you guys think that's good or bad. I'm kind of undecided. It is nice, but it also feels like cheating. It takes away... Ooh, hey, just about missed that. Antidotal herbs and medicinal herbs, and a seed of wisdom, which we will use right now. And get 3 wisdom, very nice. But yeah, being able to just reset immediately takes away, scare wolves are pretty tough. Takes away the fear of losing. And it's convenient, but I'm not really sure what I think of it. We are taking a whole lot of damage. Might need to flee here. Should have fleed. Woo-wee. See if we can make it. Barely. Holy cow. Okay, we are under leveled here. So, as I said before, this is Draconian difficulty. People have complained online about it not scaling well. So, I am kind of assuming that this is where it starts to really show that you're on the harder difficulty. But that being said, it was like that in the original game. If you watch my playthrough of that, I think there's somewhere around 4 grinds that are recommended. I followed a guide on my last playthrough to streamline things, and literally parts of the guide said grind here. So that's just the way this game is made. That you have to grind in some spots. It's not like more modern RPGs where you can just kind of breeze through. You actually have to grind, and this looks like a little bit convoluted. Cave of the Dwarves. Okay, let's head to the left first. All of these locked doors. I do not know if it's red or blue key that we need for them. So I'm just going to choose a random one here and start with it. Chimera Wing and medicinal herbs. Okay. This whole dungeon here was not in the original version. The dwarves were not, the fairies were not. So I do not know what to expect here at all. These purple gems, I don't know if we can interact with them. I'm going to assume not, but I better go check just in case. Skeleton soldiers are brutally difficult too, I remember. Yeah, that's a lot of damage, and he's not even close to done. Honestly, we should probably flee here, but against my better judgment, I'll attack again. Let's see, we might be able to beat him. We did, just barely. We are at the very lower cusp of our ability right here. Let's heal up first. And then, in all of our items that we got from our collector's edition and pre-order bonuses, we do have in those items elevating shoes that enhance experience with every step. We'll lose a little bit of attack power. Because we'll be taking off the strength ring, but we also gain luck, and I think the XP is worth the trade. So we will be using the elevating shoes from this point just because we need to counteract some of the Draconian difficulty XP drop here. So we will see we'll see if it's worth it. The loss of strength is probably going to suck. But we need the XP. Didn't really look like we were that much less powerful there, though. Obviously we were, but it didn't seem like it. Ah, some barrels. Fur vest, useless. 10-ton toupee, cursed item. And an oaken club, also useless. Wonderful. See what we got in this little dead end here. It's got to be something, right? Sure doesn't look like it. It sure looks like it just led us to a dead end, which is classic RPG style, so I can appreciate it. I kind of want to check up here just in case anything hidden, which there isn't. And got an extra... that's not good. Okay. So we have not been using any abilities, such as cattle prod. Let's try it. Let's see what it does. That did a lot. Not enough. We died. Okay. Well, we will be utilizing the cheater strats of reloading from a quick save, or from an auto save rather, is right before the barrels. Okay, so well, now we can raid these barrels, know that there's nothing up top, and avoid the encounter. We are definitely going to have to do some grinding by the looks of it. But the elevating shoes will help with that. Every step we take, we get XP. Probably should heal up here. So that'll take out at least some of the grinding. Not all of it, obviously. There's always going to be grinding in Dragon Quest. But it will help for sure. One scare wolf. I think it just takes 2 regular attacks. We better not risk it. Better just go ahead and cattle prod him. Especially if he's going to attack first like that. We have got to do some grinding. I think we can work our way through this dungeon, though. Part of Dragon Quest is grinding. Another part of it is learning to utilize all of your spells and abilities more effectively. The latter of which is a lot more fun, and there are a lot of true dead ends, not just dead ends that have things here. Let's go ahead and see how many treasures there are. 6 on this level, which we probably can't get to them all from here. And there's probably quite a few on this first floor as well. Oh, okay, so here's another little dead-end path. It's good that we went the way that we did when we did. And on this first floor, we have 7. So there are 13 total treasures to get in this whole dungeon. And there is the dwarf down there. Cattle prod once again. He is extra effective against us, apparently, because that's not good. When you attack and the damage pops up above their head, if it's red, then it's an extra effective attack. And he was extra effective against us. I don't know if that just means he's so much more powerful. But we desperately need to heal up. Canst thou not see that I am about my work? Away with thee! Away! Okay, well, I guess he's not going to help us yet. See what's up here. Nothing, huh? Oh, okay, I thought that was the end of the path. Okay. Treasure chest. Glad I kept walking. An ice shield. Okay, are we really going to replace the shield that I just bought already and prove my point? The ice shield is better than the light shield, and it protects against fire attacks and spells. That freaking sucks. I spent 2,000 gold on the light shield and it replaced it pretty much immediately. It could have saved our life getting here technically, because we were taking a lot of damage and almost dying, along with dying. That being said, I always regret 95% of the time regret buying equipment in Dragon Quest, because I always replace it soon after. But at least we have a nicer shield. We do have quite a bit of equipment that we can sell, make some money off of. Okay, so we have to make our way back through the previous floor. I think our best bet at this point is just evac out of here. I think I'm going to not only evac, I'm going to go ahead and Chimera Wing back to Tanagel and rest. Might stock up on some items. I'm not sure. I don't think I really need any. So I'm going to rest at Tanagel and then go back, because we got to go back right to the start of the dungeon anyway to progress. So I will meet you guys at the start of the dungeon after I rest. All right, we are back. So we've got the dead end off to the left that we need to hit. We'll do that first. So that right there is where we went the first time. Glad we did. Might end up having to go back because the dwarf was there, yet we couldn't recruit him yet. Cattle prod is quite nice against these guys, but we still have to take 2 turns to defeat them. Not the worst thing, but they're quite powerful. Gonna have to heal after every encounter, pretty much. And we cannot open this one yet. Okay. So, probably gonna have to come back here. We need to remember that that door is there. That way we can come back here once we have the proper key and get that chest that was in there. Zap works quite nicely against iron scorpions. Shouldn't be too much longer before we level. Let's see. So we've got stairs here. Dead end up above. Another key door to the right. Nothing in the dead end. Let's check out this door and see if we can even open it. I'm not sure if it's necessary to use cattle prod each time rather than just 2 regular attacks, but I don't want to risk it. So we'll just keep doing that. And it is a red door, so we can go through. That's good. Ah, another dwarf. This cave is a dwelling place for dwarves. Human, what business hast thou here? And then he just stops talking to us, apparently. So we've got a barrel to raid. Oh, boy. Okay. Let's take them on like men, shall we? We shall start off with Crackle on the Medusa. Not sure we're going to survive this one. Oh, sweet. Okay. So you're telling me there's a chance. Cattle prod on the Scarewolf. Need to get boom. That way we can attack both of them. But we can at least take out the Scarewolf. Good. Okay, we should live. Unless the Scorpion goes first next turn. I do not have any healing items in my inventory. That's unfortunate.
Much better.
Good, good, good. Okay. Buff shouldn't matter against our spells. So let's go ahead and not crackle, but crackle him. Sweet. Okay. Whew. Alright, that was a tough one, but we made it. Good call, I think, on taking out the Medusa first. Decent stat boost, and we got Zoom, finally. Okay, so I can quit buying Chimera Wings. Now we just need to get mid-heal desperately. I think, if it's like the old version, mid-heal is a late-game spell, though, so I'm gonna just have to do without for a while. Alright, down we go. Curious if this is the right path to progress, and this is a big dungeon. Okay. In the pot we have strong medicine, which reminds me I need to put them on my person. Alright, as you can see, we've got a lot more to heal with now, so should be a lot better for us. And a dwarf. Oh boy, we are going to get so lost in here. A craftsman among our number? Aye, there is one I've heard called by that name, a strange fellow, fond of your kind. Thou will find him in the deepest part of the cave. Though thou will not find him well, damned fool. These are the wages of such sins as consorting with humans. Alright. Nice guy. Can't tell if there's anything up in that dead end or not. I think if we had about 3 more levels, this would be pretty comfortable going through here, but we do not, so. And got some pots and... Oh, I thought that was a chest up there at the top. It's just a crate. And we got Seed of Defense. Very nice. We could use that. And it gives us a 3. That's a good increase. Okay. So we can either go down these stairs. Okay, there's so many dead ends and corners that we're going to have to remember to come back and revisit. Is there something here? Of course. Oh, a lump mage. Wonderful. Lump wizard. Even better. Get rid of him right away. We might run out of MP in here and have to go back into town again, which is fine. It'll help with our grind because then we can get more XP as we fight our way back through here. And I forgot to check the spot. Nothing here. Okay. Nothing there. Let's check out down these stairs. See what's here. Oh, we can go even farther down. Wonderful. Don't really want to keep using MP, but I also don't want to keep losing life. Speaking of which, need to heal right after this. And what do we have down here? We have a chest, very good. Which has mini metal, very nice. Okay, cool. Well worth the detour. Don't remember how much just a regular attack does. Okay, we should really just be using regular attacks against them. Saving some MP. Pretty good shape. Need to use medicinal herb. Save our MP here. Very nice. Okay. I have a feeling that this is the proper progression path here, and that we should really go a different way first, but we're committed to this path at this point, so. Oh. Way down we go. Very nice. Very easy when you just see one scorpion. Could it be the final floor? No. We've got downstairs and upstairs. We should really go up first. Because down leads us to the dwarf, which... Oh, hey, what do we got here? Oh, those are downstairs. Carpenters, smiths, metalworkers, that will find able craftsmen of all stripes among we dwarves. We work only at what we love best, and we work at it well. Time was we dwelt in another land entirely until the fairies called us here to Alfgard, and we were ever prone to do as the fairies asked us, though we have heard precious little from them in a long time now. Okay, I think I'm gonna go back to the other stairs, and they are too stunned to move. That gives us a chance to flee or attack. Let's get the XP. Against my better judgment. Let's take them out. Hopefully we don't get... Okay, that's not great. Good, good, good. Okay. Still not great. Go ahead and use a strong medicine. Good. Okay. Now, it's not in the best shape, actually. Okay, I think that was worth it. I'm going to get some decent XP, but now we're almost out of HP and MP both. Not great. Going through a lot of medicinal herbs here. And we're probably going to have to run through this dungeon again. Or at least parts of it to make sure we got everything. Oh, chest there. About forgot it. Or about missed it, I should say. Undead Undoer Scroll. Huh, I have no clue what that does. But we shall use it and find out. I love the addition of scrolls in this game. It's quite nice. Ah, Sanctified Strike that could deal heavy damage to undead monsters. I guess I should have known that, or should have guessed it. We actually, we do have, now that I think of it, we've got quite a few magic waters. Maybe we use magic waters instead of leaving this dungeon. Oh, what? Oh, it just takes us here. Okay. Well, that simplifies things a little bit for us. So we should be able to continue on fairly easily. Death to the Lump Wizard. Ooh, maybe not. Okay, good. He did not much. Okay, good. I don't remember what they do, but I remember not liking it. He did. Okay. I think we're on the right path to find the dwarf. I'm just gonna miss some chests, I'm sure, or some treasures. Yeah, this looks right. Okay. Ah. That'd be awesome if we could just warp back down here. I kind of doubt it. Oh, hast thou heard? No. Well then, thou must needs listen more carefully. That's awesome. Well then, there is not more to say. Alright, I like that guy. Got the dad jokes. Oh, is this like a smithy? Weapon seller. Alas, I am not quite ready to do business just yet. Perhaps I shall be the next time thou comest. Okay. Is it on our Zoom list to come back here? Cave of the Dwarves. No, it is not. Okay. Bummer, dude. Tell no other that I shared this with thee, friend, but it was we dwarves who did construct the fairy's secret dwelling place, and well we built it and hid it too. Though a person were to visit a certain cape and stroll through a certain forest, they would not know it until they stumbled right upon it. Well, I'm pretty sure I've already found it, unless there's two, buddy. This is a pretty cool area down here. I like it a lot. If the tales be true, there was one among mine ancestors who had no need of pick or shovel. He simply threw himself bodily at the rock in order to smash it. I remember him. Nice guy. Interact. Do I really want to interact with the well? Let's do it. Why not? At least we can get back up. That's what I was worried about. Among we dwarves is told the legend of one of our kind who was both bold adventurer and smith without equal. He did roam the world in the company of a human hero and did forge a helm, the like of which has ne'er since been seen from an ore of boldest blue. Indeed, I believe it was orichalcum, and he made, don't remember if it's called Erdrick's helm. I think it was named after his dad. I don't remember his dad's name off the top of my head, though. Ah, look at that. A stone most blue. The Wellspring Crystal. Very nice. I am interested to see, that's under important items. Strange substance that could be ice, but could equally be crystal. Curious to see if that's used with the other key items that I've just found around places too. The power of darkness reacheth even here beneath the earth. If naught is done about the Dragon Lord, we dwarves too shall what? Say it. Looks like that's all that's down here. So back up a floor we go. There was a lot in that well. I am glad I went down. Is there anything over here? Oh, okay. Had to check the dark corner. Ah, doors we can't open. Wonderful. Actually, this one over here we can. It's just a regular door. Good. We do not abandon our kind, though they be laid low by sickness or such like. But the world being as it is, we are none of us prepared to brave the dangers of the world outside and go in search of doctors or medicine either. Not even for the sake of a comrade in need. Iron lance, useless. And oomph powder, that is not useless. Metasly peers into the mirror. He is pleasantly surprised to see a ruggedly handsome face staring back. So, the wizard needs this guy, the dwarf, and the dwarf needs the wizard, but they're separated. Cough, cough. Who art thou? So the Warlock of Dorlock sent thee. Thou art an odd human indeed to come so far for the sake of a lowly dwarf. Well, as thou canst plainly see, I am somewhat indisposed, having met with a stretch of that accursed swampland. I fear that I am not long for this world. I had hoped to see the magic key completed, but it seemeth it is not to be. A cure, thou sayest? Do not bandy such words about so lightly, friend. True, I heard of a miraculous medicine that the leader of the fairies did once say might cure all ills arising from such like miasmas. Aye, she and I are acquaintances of long standing, but I've neither seen nor heard from her in some time. And I'll not survive the journey all the way to the craggy cave and onward south to the dwelling place, to their dwelling place. Not in my state. Oh, I fear I must simply accept that I am done for. The dwarf seems to be suffering from the same condition as the captain of the guard. So, he could be healed by his buddy, but his buddy doesn't even know. And so with that, we gotta go find the fairy to get the cure, to cure the dwarf, to help the Warlock of Dorlocks, to get the magic key. So there are a lot of steps in this quest line, but unfortunately that's all the time that we have for today. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe. That way you can stay caught up on the rest of the series as it comes out, as well as all of the other stuff we've got going on the channel. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and let me know in the comments what you guys thought. And I am very much looking forward to the conclusion of this cliffhanger in the next episode. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your support, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.